Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Drawing and Talking with me, your host, Freebiewits. And today we're going to do something a little different. No, we're not going to not do a roleplay repository character. No, this is still a roleplay repository character. The different thing is that we're not doing a roleplay repository character. We're doing two roleplay repository characters. So we're not going that far, to be honest. It's kind of 1.5, still technically 2 characters. You see, both characters are on the same character sheet, and they come as a pair. You have Ivy and Kass, and Ivy is your stock standard teenage human. Now, her full name is Ivy Blair Cameron, but she's, for all intents and purposes, just a teenage human girl. Nothing too special about her. She is quite literally described as pretty unremarkable looking, with average height and build, so literally the average girl. Hell, when the author described what she dresses as, it literally says, fairly unremarkable clothes. Just jeans and a t-shirt and a little hoodie slash, what do you call it again? Windbreaker. So, if she's so unremarkable, if she's so unspecial, what makes her special? And that's Kass, the second character we're talking about. Now, Kass is a ghost. Now, in this specific universe, ghosts can't be seen, at all, but they can possess objects, like a plushie, specifically a plushie that Ivy made for Kass to inhabit. It's a bit ramshackle, patched together through different series of, I assume, different plushies, or at the very least, different materials. Now, going back to Ivy, and what makes her slightly more remarkable than her looks is her ability to see ghosts. Otherwise, she can't do anything else magical. Now, it also does say that she's pretty decent fighting because she used to do martial arts when she was younger and keeps fit by walking around a lot. And I want to just say, this is one of the things that I have problems with. If you used to do martial arts and you no longer practice, your skills are going to taper off. If you're only doing walking around, that just increases your cardio, not your strength or your actual endurance. You need to do resistance training. There's a lot of stuff behind actual fighting, and this isn't that, unless you are talking about fighting against other teenagers who don't have any training at all. I mean, I suppose if you do kung fu training when you were really young, you'd at least know how to hold a fist. Okay, you know what? Never mind. I guess it does make her decent at fighting by 15-year-old teenager standards, I guess. But anyone who does currently practice martial arts would probably clock her. Now, the other thing is that it says that she's very good at sewing and cooking, and the sewing we already covered. She literally made that little toy plushie for Kass. And as for the cooking, I just like characters who cook. I don't know if I'm being biased, but yeah, cooking's cool. Now, the best thing about this duo is that it really reminds me of late 2000 cartoons, like Gravity Falls, or even Steven Universe, that sort of thing. Kass is a character who died and became a ghost, but she doesn't know why she's a ghost, and Ivy just likes the supernatural. So together they go hunting around for, supernatural stuff. As far as roleplay characters go, it's perfect because they try to actually find the plot. They don't shy away from it, they don't run away, they actively look for the plot point. Now, as far as a tabletop character goes, they would be fantastically great in a investigative style game, sort of Scooby-Doo sort of genre of stuff. I can easily imagine them being created for a Halloween one-shot, for example. In LARP, they're not really fighters per se. I mean, obviously Ivy can do the whole martial arts thing, but unless she's specifically trained on how to use swords or spears, or I suppose martial artists do use spears and stuff like that, so it's not that out of the ordinary. Okay, yeah, no, they can totally be LARP characters, but it would be a relatively modern LARP, and as for the ghost, I'm not sure if that would be a separate player altogether, or if it would just be Ivy talking to herself and her bear. It could go either way, honestly. Now, depending on the LARP, I don't see Ivy and Kass specifically lasting all that long. Now, if they were like Monster of the Week stuff, where they have to investigate stuff, sure, this can work, but if it's one of those battle LARPs where people just fight, less so, because there's less trying to figure out a mystery and more just fighting the big bad evil demon that gets summoned every week or so. And yes, there is magic in them, but it's kind of obvious and there to see, not really mysterious. Not only that, but once you discover magic exists in a LARP, everybody knows magic exists in a LARP. It's just a matter of time, really. Anyways, that's my drawing and talking video about Ivy and Kass. I hope you like my drawing of them, and bye-bye.